Man, I'm fired up to have two absolute living LSU legends in studio. Todd McClure, Kevin Faulk, 30 years after Bring Back the Magic. That's been 30 years.
We're getting old.
I was about to say, now you're saying our age. You're
30
telling our
years.
age now.
But 30 years?
30.
And y'all were same class, right? Y'all were both
Same
class of
class.
95.
Same class.
Like,
Same
can
class.
y'all we got a couple segments with these guys. I'm excited to talk about this current Tiger team and a lot of what's going on. But man, 30 years after Bring Back the Magic, I think it's interesting because most of our audience probably understands that era. Like, I'm 43. I'm old enough to know to get it to what it was. But we got people listening right now that are in their 20s, maybe some in their 30s that have no idea. All they know is what Nick Saban started and what's been. But really, that season was the spark that began LSU going again. When you all signed, Kev, I'll start with you, like, because you signing was just a pivotal moment in the history of LSU football coming in from Karen Crow. Did you have any context historically of what that was going to mean, that 95 season?
Never. Never. Didn't understand the magnitude of me saying that I'm coming to LSU. It was pretty much all about family, and not just my immediate family, but most importantly, my immediate family for coming to LSU. But to think about it 30 years later, how everything played out. And when you say Nick Saban, I'm sorry, but I know a lot of guys don't really G with DiNardo, but DiNardo started everything. He just had a little hiccup in the middle,
No doubt. I mean, DiNardo had a 10-win season when 10-win season wasn't easy to do.
Right.
Not that saying 10 was easy, but like it's easier now with more games to get to 10, especially included in a bowl. But like 96 was a 10-win season, but just getting to a bowl in 95 was massive. Rudy, like, if you think about that Auburn game, and that's known as the Bring Back the Magic game, LSU wearing white jerseys at home, and the 12-6 final. What do you remember about the build up to that game that week? Because the season opened with the Texas A&M loss.
Oh, yeah. It was a big week, and I can't let it be understated, this guy right here. Just you think about if he doesn't come to LSU, what this whole thing, how does it look different, Because all eyes on three, he brought to this program, the electricity that he brought to Tiger Stadium. If Kevin Faulk doesn't come to LSU, I'd love to see, and I'm sure they would have figured it out somewhere at some point, but what this guy has meant to this program, and to a lot of people's lives was unbelievable. Going back to that Auburn, the build-up, the talk, we felt like we had a pretty good team. And, to hear the buzz kind of like it is this week, you feel the buzz around Baton Rouge. There's nothing like it. And it was just good to get out there and get it going again.
There's so many things you remember about that game. I know most people just go to the end with Troy Twilley making the play in the end zone. What about you guys? If I ask that game specifically, like, is there a play, a moment, even something that didn't necessarily happen on the field that you all remember?
Well, for me, it's everything leading up, like the guys that came in, the guys that coach recruited. Everybody was different.
Right.
What people fail to realize, to put all of those guys together and get them to play together as something that's something special that DiNardo did. As far as a lot of guys can tell you right now that they really don't feel good about DiNardo just over the years, because there's some things that he might have done and what he did do, but he got us to play. He got us to play together and win a lot of football games in his tenure at LSU. And as a football coach, that's all you want. It's all you want.
Do you think that style, I mean, Kev, you were on staff at LSU for a bit too. Like, do you think that style could work today?
No. Kevin, you can remember the 9-on-7 periods we had? I can remember we would have 21 plays.
Yes.
Normally it was scripted, a 9-on-7 inside run, one-on-ones, just, car wreck every play. And we'd go through the whole script, and DiNardo would say, start it over from the top. And you're like, there's no way. I don't think I could get 3 more plays in. But he came in and tried to change a mentality, a mindset. Right. We had the meeting outside. You remember the seniors called a meeting in the back of the truck, and they were about to quit on him. The first weekend of camp, training camp, we're not playing for him anymore because he came in with that approach. And then luckily he kind of he put his cards on the table, said, we got practice in 30 minutes. Whoever wants to play, y'all come out on the field. And everybody showed up. And he just came in to change a mindset, change habits. And to me, he was an awesome guy to play for.
A crazy thing is, who likes change?
Right.
Nobody likes change. And at that time, we thought we were young men, could make our own decisions, thinking that we know everything. But at the same time, like now, I can say that, yeah, I didn't know everything back then. And thank you for, molding us. Even though some guys, have their own opinions about it.
Mm. Do you think that, it's interesting to me because, like, and I understand, like, if you're listening or watching, there's fans who are older than me who could tell you stories about watching the Tigers in the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, which is a little beyond my scope. I know the history of the program, but I don't have those experiences. I watched, like, I have memories of Curley, of DiNardo, of Saban, and then I've covered all the coaches since. So I lived through the evolution of thinking, man, LSU's never even going to get to Atlanta, to now when we're disappointed when LSU's not winning a championship. So it's an interesting evolution. Yeah. But do you all feel, talking to a lot of the guys who played for Curley, they'll say, man, if it's the forgotten era. Like, nobody, Kevin Mawai is a great example. One of the greatest Tigers ever. He's in the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Right.
And they'll say it's kind of the forgotten era, man. There were some great players. There weren't great teams, but there were great players during that time. Do you all feel that way about the DiNardo era at all? Because all the championships have come afterwards?
I think, me personally, if you look back at the talent we had on those teams, even our freshman year, I mean, you could go down the list. You had Denard Walker, who played with the Broncos forever, Torrey James, and then, Booger McFarland, Chuck Wiley. Yeah. You could Kenny Mixon, who was one of the best pure pass rushers I've ever played with. Just didn't have a long career. And I know I'm leaving some guys out on the defensive side, but on the offensive side,
Northern.
I mean, Gabe Northern. Yes, you go Kevin, Rondell Mealy, the backs we had. Alan Faneca's got a gold jacket.
David LaFleur was a
David
first-round All-American.
Nicky Savoy played with the Saints. Eddie Kennison, Larry Foster. You could name the guys. There were a lot of guys that had talent on those teams. And for some reason, we couldn't get over the big hump. But we turned it around with that group.
That was our hump to get over. That little hump, that was it. It's kind of like I said earlier. Kudos to Coach DiNardo for getting the team to play together. Love Curley. Curley recruited me. Some of Curley coaching staff. Love those guys. Just another example. Just couldn't get those great athletes that Louisiana has and put them together. Mm. Sometimes some coaches can, sometimes some coaches can't. It's just, that's the game. That's the nature of the game. And I guess that's how you say that, playing chess.
Yeah.
You got to make a move, make the right move. Because if you make the wrong move, you mess up the whole board.
Yeah. It's interesting, too. And Todd McClure, Kevin Faulk are in studio with us. We've got a couple of segments with these guys. I do want to talk in the next segment a little bit about this current team and your area of expertise, because everyone's asking, like, how can they run the ball better? So I want to get to that in a second. But, when LSU won the national championship in 1958, they beat Clemson in the Sugar Bowl. Now, they had already been declared champions. LSU won the national championship in 2019, beating Clemson in the national championship game. You all beat Clemson in 1996 in the Peach Bowl, which I remember thinking, damn, we in a fruit bowl. Like, that's when you're
that was our national championship.
Yeah, dude, you're in peach, orange. Like, you in something like that's a big time deal.
That was
big. We in Atlanta.
In Atlanta, at a pro stadium. I mean, the Indy Bowl the year before felt match just to be in a bowl game. You beat Michigan State, but 10-7. You beat Clemson that day in Atlanta in the Peach Bowl. Wade Ritchie had a field goal late in the second quarter. Neither team scored in the second half. Recollections of playing Clemson in that game, does anything immediately come to mind for you guys?
For me, Trevor Price. He was the first time I faced a guy, and it was like, man, this guy's different. And Trevor went on and played forever in the NFL. He's just big, long, strong, and he was tough to block. So that's my first memory is trying to block Trevor Price.
Yeah, Kev scored LSU's only touchdown in that game. It was like a long drive, and you had a short touchdown run in that game.
Thanks to those guys.
Right?
You know, everything that I did was thanks to those guys. They got me to a point, and then I had to take care of the rest.
And that was the thing. We got him to the line of scrimmage, and I know I can visualize it right now and watch the highlights. You get him to that second level, and then you see him get tall and do that little wiggle and that arm over. It was just unbelievable, man, getting this guy to the second level, and it was almost like we had a front row seat to watching the highlight reel. Guy was unbelievable.
So every kid wanted to shave all eyes on 3 in the back of the
That's
head.
right.
I mean, every kid my age just looked at that.
I look at that now and I'm like, wow.
Well,
I really did that.
Oh, I thought you were going to talk about shaving all eyes on 3 in your head. You mean making the play.
I'm like, I really did that.
So not the highlights, the fact that you shaved all eyes on 3 in your head.
Well, it wasn't just all eyes on 3. I had Shaq dunking in the back of my head. I had Jordan, the Jordan come fly with me, everything.
This
awesome.
guy's NIL value.
Oh, can you imagine?
Oh, it would be unbelievable.
Do you have any regrets on that, on not playing in that era?
That means that I would have a vendetta on God. Nah.
Okay.
Thank you for the time that I was
love
put
it.
on this earth.
That's well said. Well said. Kevin Faulk, Todd McClure there in studio. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please leave your comments. I love to interact. And be sure to hit the red subscribe button below.